You got your Arizona iced tea cup.
Arizona, no, it's
what it keeps reminding me.
It's my Oklahoma Tulsa mug.
Yeah, you know, like you'd be seeing country people drinking the Arizona iced tea. It's like 99 cents.
Yes.
It's like, dude, you got a half gallon in that.
And it's got 87 grams of sugar.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking you're drinking one of those.
But I gotta have coffee because it's real cold in here.
It is.
We're in the middle of chaos and transition.
Welcome back after a pretty substantial break.
That's right. We took a break.
We took a break for a couple of reasons. One, Christmas.
Yeah.
Two, New Year's.
Yeah.
Number three, our life has exploded.
That's right. We're in the midst of a bunch of projects. One being selling our Matlock building that we've been in for almost 7 years.
Yeah. So if you've been watching Tug of More, every episode has been filmed in our Matlock location.
Yeah.
Which is now gone.
Yeah.
Sold.
It's about to be completely finalized, all the things. So we had to move out of there, move into our new location, our North Campus.
Which we got for free.
That's right.
Because favor.
Jesus is real.
And hard work.
That's right. And then we came into this room and it's very small, and our we're doing a bunch of projects, so our heater's not currently working.
We got a building that was built in the 70s.
Yeah.
And it needs
a lot of work.
All kind of love.
Yeah.
And so it's getting all new power, all new HVAC.
So right now I have
tons of plumbing.
A portable heater under my table because I'm freezing, and coffee that is warm.
I do not have a heater because I have large body mass.
Whatever. It's ridiculous.
I produce heat from my own body.
Ridiculous, but it's just cold. But it's fun chaos, even though it's chaos, right?
Yeah. So it probably looks a little different if you're one of our YouTube viewers.
And it's going to keep looking different.
We've shoved all of our equipment into a tiny room,
and I think we're going to shift it again at some point.
Yeah. So we're working on the angles.
Yeah, it'll be a part in our progress. What is it?
We don't have
our
Tug of More sign. It's in a box.
We're working on it,
but we lost the screws.
That's right.
We lost the screws.
Yeah.
We had to put it in the thing.
So here on our podcast, we talk about the tug of more, the tension and the fight of where we want to be and where we currently are, that we all feel called and pulled into more, but it's a struggle and a fight.
Someday,
yeah,
I'm going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Just right now, I feel where I am sucks. This is the tug of more.
Yes.
The tug of more is like
I'm glad
someday
you're confident about your future.
No, man. Yeah, I'm confident about my future and very insecure about my present. I feel like, man, God has something great for me. I'm going to do something unprecedented.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something great. But man, what I'm doing right now feels real vanilla.
Yeah. Even though it is kind of unprecedented what we're doing. But go ahead.
Well, 5 years ago me.
Yeah.
Would have been super impressed with today me.
That's right. No, you're right. But that's the tug, and the tension is understanding that where we are is great, but how do we keep going to get to where we're wanting to go?
So if you ever feel that in your life, in your finances, in your health, in your parenting, in your business,
right,
in your leadership, in your ministry, that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Yeah. And so right now we're in this most chaotic season. And I think the struggle, what we've talked through a bunch, can be to it would have been easy to not record today. Because there's chaos, and we have great excuses for why not to, and great reasons why we don't need to give Easton and Bailey's time to setting up this space and getting it prepared. They could be doing something else. We could be doing something else. And it's a mess.
It's a mess. And you may hear saw noises, nail gun noises. Yeah. We have a bulldozer on site digging a trench to replace the
septic system.
Pooper pack.
Just septic system.
Yeah. And so maybe the power will go out.
We have no
don't know.
idea. And so it's easy in the midst of chaotic, transitional, explosive moments to just say, you know what? Right now I can't keep pushing. I can't keep going. I can't keep tugging. I can't keep leading. I just need to stop. But we can't do that long term. We took 2 weeks and took a break.
Yeah.
But then we had to get back to it.
We got to push it like salt and pepper. Mm-hmm. We're pastors. So our context
I know that
is
one.
good. Our context is ministry.
Yeah.
And the Bible.
Right.
And so the Bible has this verse somewhere in it. I think it's a psalm in Psalms. And it says, if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. Is it Proverbs?
I think it's Proverbs.
I can't remember.
Or Ecclesiastes. I'm just kidding.
It's one of, you don't have to look it up.
Google it.
If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. And I chew on that all the time, especially in seasons like this. Like, dude, what is going on? The number of things on our to-do list.
We just walked through a giant to-do list. I've been gone on vacation for a little bit.
Yeah, geez.
And then you, Christmas, you were sick.
Here holding down the fort with COVID in the cold.
All the things, so cold.
Oh, going to Hawaii.
Sorry.
Coming back with my Arizona iced tea. Go get me a heater.
It's very cold here. It's ridiculous, but true. And so we walked through this giant list that I'm excited. And now because of Hawaii, I'm rested and ready to tackle. And so it was long and tedious. And it kind of got overwhelming in the moment. And you did that eye thing that you do.
Yeah, sometimes my eye will start twitching.
And I was like, wait, we're good. We've got it on the list. But the chaos can sometimes swarm and we feel kind of out of control.
And so chances are you've had some chaos this year.
Absolutely.
You've in some chaos right now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Right. You're in good company.
Whoop-de freaking do.
Right.
Bang, bing bong.
What does that even mean?
It's a new word I've made up.
The younger ones are saying we cannot keep saying that, but whatever.
Bing bong is a sound effect that you can put in any context of conversation. It's all about your voice inflection.
Like bing bong, like
like if something's good, like hey man, I'm gonna buy your lunch. Bing bong, like that.
I currently have to record how hard they're laughing at your chaos. Oh my God.
So I might have been lied to. Maybe bing bong doesn't mean good things.
Who told you that?
Bailey. Does it mean something else, Easton? What does it mean?
I don't know if we can talk about it right now.
Oh God. Well, I guess we're not a ministry podcast. I'm sorry for my gross comments.
No, it's not gross. I think it's just silly.
Okay.
Oh my word, that's the best.
If we wait for everything to be perfect,
then bing bong, we're never gonna get anything done. No,
is it sexual?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, because I'm like making sure I'm not saying something massively offensive.
You're not gonna get canceled.
Nothing is ever perfect.
Right.
And if we wait for everything to be perfect, we ain't ever gonna accomplish anything. Can I tell you something? You know how much laundry I have in my house right now that needs to get done?
Oh man.
Do you know that in the backseat of my truck I have extension cords and Sawzall? It's not clean.
Right.
I literally right now do not have a door on my office.
Yeah.
And we do not have heat in this building. And I just found out we have no toilet paper here.
What?
So I'll wipe with some Kleenex. Good luck, septic guys.
Yeah.
So, like...
No, because in those chaotic moments, some things start to slip. Some things start to fall away. And you know what's true, though, is when you're tugging into more, you sometimes realize, hey, those little things, it's okay if they fall apart for a minute because I've got bigger fish to fry. I got bigger junk to get done.
Okay.
It's good.
So when everything's popping off, when everything's falling apart, what do we do?
Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep looking at the list. I think for you and I, what we found is building that list. It really helps us because the chaos is like this. And you got to just like pull it in, put it down somewhere, and then go, okay, let me get my junk together. Everything around me might be swarming, but I don't got to be swarming. I can put my junk together, get a plan, get it in line, get it going.
Yeah. Make a list. I think that you have to focus on what you can do.
Right. Right.
It's so
in
easy.
What order you should do it.
It's so easy to focus on what you can't do.
Oh, yeah.
I can't print today. We do not have our printer set up.
Right. Because they're setting up the new Wi-Fi right now, doing the things, all the pieces
I can't brainstorm the way that I usually do because I don't have a whiteboard up anywhere in the building. Mm-hmm. I can't do my normal vibe.
Right.
But I can do a bunch of other things.
Yeah. We can instead go to a coffee shop and make a list on like paper or like our computers.
Or Google, what's it called?
Google Docs.
Google Docs.
Not a Word document.
Not a Word document that I email.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to focus on what you can do.
Right.
I know you can't run a 26-mile marathon.
today.
I know you can't.
Right. No, I definitely can't.
Can you go for a walk for 15 minutes?
Right.
Saying like, we just have to focus on where we are.
Right.
Focus on what we can do. I know that you can't go buy $1 million worth of investments.
Right.
But can you buy 30?
Right. No, and I think what you and I...
Go get some EFTs.
What you and I learned...
Go get some NFTs.
NFTs. What does that mean?
Non-fungible...
What is it?
Something.
Transactions?
No, wait. I don't know.
I don't know. But what we also have learned in it is to not allow ourselves to get frustrated.
Bitcoin.
Yes, Bing Bong.
Pokemon cards.
And so what we can't do is get frustrated by the things that are out of our control.
Yeah.
You and I had to learn the last couple of weeks, like the electricity got out of our control. Like the timeline with the carpet was on a shipping container somewhere in the ocean and no one was unloading it, right? And so like what were we going to be able to do? We could either get like so worked up and frustrated and like stop not only our progress but our emotional progress, or we could decide if it literally is out of my control, then it's out of my control.
Well, this is great.
Yeah.
Let's use that story.
Okay.
So we were supposed to have carpet installed in our building.
Yeah. New carpet.
This should be easy. Pick the color, get it here,
right.
Boom. But apparently, COVID made a bunch of carpet workers sick. I have no idea what's happening. We couldn't get any carpet.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on what we can't do, we just had to take a minute to brainstorm and reshift. And so now we're still having youth service here on Wednesday. And instead of just doing a normal big blowout laser light show, smoke machine youth service, we're going to do an acoustic set. Give everybody a Sharpie, let them write their name in a Bible verse or whatever on the floor of the auditorium.
Yeah. And so we're making this giant memorable moment.
Right.
That these kids had no idea what our original plan was.
I just made up a saying.
Okay, I love it. Go.
When life gives you lemons.
Go to Chick-fil-A and make some lemonade.
I'm saying like it's a saying for a reason.
Right.
And so we have to be able to lead through chaos. Sometimes life's lemony.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sour, man. Squeeze that joker.
Yeah.
And get something good out of it. Make $5.
It's true. And so I think that is where many of us, like you said, in the last year or two, have found ourselves with stuff that's out of our control, out of our and we want to fix it, but we can't. So we got to keep leading through it and leading through the chaos. What's some other things we've done to help us not go crazy in the chaos, to lead well in the midst of it?
I talked to a pastor this week. He called me kind of discouraged about like what he's leading through.
Yeah.
And getting some staffing advice and just asking me a bunch of questions. And I said, hey man, hold on. Before I just start telling you like steps, I said, you have to accept the reality of the situation. Like, I know it's not perfect, but also the circumstances of the world aren't perfect.
Right.
And so like just this Sunday, we had the worst attendance ever.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'm going to resign the church, go sell insurance, become an international drug lord. Like, it just was like real discouraging.
Right.
And what I want to do is I want to say like, man, I'm the worst.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Right.
Like I do not know what I'm doing. But instead we have to identify.
I have the definition so you know what you're saying. They texted
Let me get the thought out first.
Okay, go.
In Texas, we're pretending like COVID's not even real, so ain't nobody wearing a mask or doing nothing. Everybody is sick. We're going to get over herd immunity and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But like...
And it's cold, and nobody leaves their house when it's cold.
Oh, it's super cold.
And the Cowboys were in the playoff game. Like, I mean, there's 100 reasons.
And so all of those things are real. And so we can't live in this fantasy of like, it's only bad because of us.
Right.
Sometimes we just don't have the progress we want because it's tough. Like, identify the reality of the situation that you're in.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Like if you're a single parent, right? If you're a single parent, you're working hard, and you don't own a Maybach by the end of the year, like that doesn't mean you're a loser.
Right.
Like identify that there's some bad cards that kind of you've been dealt in the process.
Because if we don't put it in the actual, something we talk about constantly is like reality and expectation. If we don't put it into right perspective of reality, there's just a bunch of frustration in the midst of it.
Yeah.
And when we can look at where we're actually at versus what what we could potentially be, we can go, oh, I'm actually doing a good job. Like something we've had to say to each other a lot in the season is we are actually doing a good job. Like leading through what we're leading through in the midst of the chaos that it is. Man, a lot of people would just say never mind, but we're continuing to choose it. I know we've been frustrated, feeling like we've been pressed on every side, but it's because we're doing a whole lot of different things. And so, of course, there's opposition because we're moving forward. If we were staying still, then there wouldn't be a whole lot of opposition because we're just sitting there. But I think that we have to keep that in mind, where we're at, what we can control, what we can't control. And when we put that in perspective, it helps us at least take a breath.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Bing bong.
It says that it is a viral catchphrase coined by Side Talk, I don't even know what that is, that imitates the chime that sounds when New York City subway doors are closing. This sound can be heard. Oh, I thought it was
the elephant thing on Inside Out.
I don't know what that is.
Inside Out, the movie where the people are in the
happy and sad, angry.
Yeah, the elephant like imaginary character, that was his name, Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
That's what I thought it meant.
Oh, well, I don't know. Then it's the sound can be heard in the intro of each Side Talk. Oh, so it's like, I guess maybe it's a podcast or some other podcast. I don't know. But it's like, maybe it means like the chime, like, okay, that's enough. Is that what it means? Like, okay, the doors are closing. No? Okay, they're just laughing at us.
Our next gen culture informers, they don't know what they're talking about.
No, Gen Z. What are they, Gen Z? They don't know.
Gen, we all know what you're talking about. Okay, so leading through chaos.
Yeah, keep going.
My YouTube algorithm feeds me lots of things.
Yes.
I have a wide barometer of interests.
Yes.
And something it fed me the other day was a compilation of ice breaking ships.
Okay. Ships that break ice?
Yeah. So like in certain parts of the world, I'm about to blow your mind. So in certain parts of the world, there's ice that covers the ocean.
Right.
And there's people that live over there, and the only way to get product to them is for these ships to literally break through the ice.
Yeah.
As I'm watching this montage, I was thinking about it. What those ships have to have is they have to have a very strong hull that's reinforced with a whole bunch of metal, and they have to have more horsepower needed than a ship of that size.
Tell people what a hull is in case you don't know.
The bottom of the boat.
Okay.
So like the bottom of your boat can be made of wood and you can get places. But if you're an ice-breaking ship, it has to be like 3 inches of steel.
It's good.
And a boat of that size might only need a little bit of horsepower to make progress in the water.
Right.
But an ice-breaking ship has to have massive horsepower.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? If you're leading through chaos, you have to have thick skin.
Yeah.
You have to have a hull, a heart, a mind, a determination that will slam into things and not get cut open.
To willingly slam into it rather than to...
Time after time after time.
Right.
And it takes more horsepower.
Yeah.
It costs you more fuel.
Right. It takes more energy.
When things are hard, you're spending more gas.
Yeah.
Like when we were 3 services and the church was growing and we had our building and it was steady and stable, it was not the same amount of gas.
No, right.
We were getting better leadership gas mileage than we're getting right now.
Well, but and even some of the things we were doing, we're putting gas back in our tank.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's super chaotic, that is depleting the gas in our tank. Doing some of the exact same things that used to put gas in our tank now are things that take gas from us.
And on
we have to recognize that.
On the video, one of the ships broke. Like it broke. And while it broke, the ice formed around the ship.
Right.
And it couldn't move. It lost all momentum. They had to have like an explosion and break the thing apart so it could. And so like leading through chaos is hard. It is exhausting. It is painful. There is scraping and friction, but like, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
Stop.
Right.
Wait for perfect conditions?
No, it's so good.
It's just going to freeze, man.
But what you just said is so good that if you feel frozen, then call in reinforcements.
Yeah.
That you have a choice to stay stuck and to just sit there until the ice melts, until the chaos stops or whatever, or to say, hey, help, friends, somebody, person in my life, come help me, because go.
But this is why people don't grow.
I know, you're right.
Because somewhere in life, we lose momentum.
Yeah.
Something happens, something's hard, and for the rest of our life, we point at our boat, frozen in place,
stuck, can't do
and
it.
we say,
"This is
do you
the reason
remember
why."
back in 1993 when that happened? My mom left, my dad left, my so-and-so divorced me, our tithe went down. Something happened, and it just freezes us in a position. You got to blow something up.
Yeah.
You got to gain some momentum.
Right. Because if you don't have enough horsepower, you got to bring somebody else's horsepower along with you and keep going. No, it's super good. It's really important.
Steering through chaos. Any other thoughts?
I don't know.
Leading in chaos. Pushing through trouble.
Yeah, I think that we've done better this year in recognizing, because what you just said is good, that when we're expending more gas, then we have to take time to refill it. And that if we don't, in the midst of chaos, if we don't take some time to recalibrate, whatever that looks like, depending on if you're a mom in your home and it's chaotic, you got to take a deep breath outside in the backyard for 10 minutes at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day. You got to take some time. If you're a leader of an organization, that you've got to take some time to just step away from being right in the midst of the chaos to catch your breath. I think we've done that better in this season than we have in the past, and that's part of what's helped re-energize our horsepower to keep going. And so, reach out if you feel like, hey, I need someone else to help. And then take some time to get your game back.
And then maybe take a moment to recognize how good it still is.
Right. No, right.
What I tend to do is focus on the problem and then want to push through it, past it, break the ice, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But man, sometimes just like identifying that it's not as bad as, you know what I mean?
No, yes.
Like, we got all these problems. We do. As a church, as an organization right now, we have all these challenges that we're leading through, but we're super blessed.
Right. Well,
and so like, if your legs and arms work, you're blessed. Like, if you're healthy, you're blessed. If you ate yesterday, you're blessed. If you have one friend, you're blessed.
Absolutely.
Like, if you have a community so I'm saying, for me, sometimes when I'm trying to lead through chaos, I have to, what you said, take a minute, disconnect, and then just be grateful for a second.
Right.
Be like, look what I do have.
No, a heart of gratitude.
I don't have this, but I have that.
Right. A heart of gratitude can flip all of the things around. And I think that we've had to be intentional to take some moments to go, okay, but this chaos that I'm in, though it's chaotic, has given me these great things. Like right now, our chaos that we're in is chaotic.
Oh,
but our
blessing.
youth do have a place to meet on Wednesdays. Our staff does have offices now while we're transitioning into the next space. We do have an answer to some of the questions that we were having before. And so we have to take some minutes to be grateful, because gratitude will take care of a lot of the...
My current chaos was yesterday's testimony.
Right. Yeah, right.
I got to where the tug of more.
Yeah.
And it's like you get to a new level and you got to fight a new devil.
Yeah. But
it's good.
No, it's super good.
Guys, hey,
we did
it.
Something.
Super glad that you guys are back and engaged with us. As always, we want to hear what's going on in your life as we're stepping into this new season. Keep praying for us, encourage us, comment. And if you have any questions, hit us up. We've got a run list of a number of episodes that people have already reached out and asked questions that we're going to start pushing through some of that content, but keep them coming. Yeah.
And if you have questions about being in chaos and how to keep going, like, we'd love to talk through it, because we've kind of navigated a lot of different types of chaos in the last few years, and we're excited to keep getting to, but it's a lot. So do it. Connect with us, share it out, and keep paying attention as we change some things up. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what we should do. If you have any thoughts, let us know that too.
Love it. See you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Peace. Bing bong.